I like this school. A moment later, Toto-chan let out a whoop of joy and started running towards the train school, calling out of mothers over the shoulders, "Come on, hurry, let's get on this train that's standing still." Started mothers began to run after her. Mother had been on a basketball team once, so she was faster than Toto Chand and caught hold of her dress just as she reached a door. "You can't go in yet," said mothers, holding her back. "The cars are classrooms, and you have not even been accepted here yet. If you really want to get on this train, you will have to be nice and polite to the other headmaster. We are going to call on him now, and if all goes well, you will be able to go to this school. Do you understand?" Toto-chan was obviously disappointed not to get on the train right away, but she decided she had better do as mother told her. "All right," she said, and then added, "I like this school a lot." Mother felt like telling her it was not a matter of whether he liked the school, but of whether the headmaster liked her. But she just let go of Toto-chan's dress, took hold of her hands, and started walking towards the headmaster office. All the railroad cars were quiet. Of the first classes of the day had begun. Instead of a ball, the not very spacious school grounds were surrounded by trees, and when and there were flowers beds full of the red and yellow flowers. There were floors beds full of the red and yellow flowers. The headmaster office was not in the railroad car, but was on the right hand sides of a one-story buildings that stood at the top of the semicircular flight of about 7 stone steps opposite the gate. Toto-chan let go of mother's hand and raced up the steps, then turns around abruptly, almost causing mother to run into her. "What's the matter?" mother asked. Fetching Toto-chan might have changed her mind about the school. Standing over her on the top step, Toto-chan whispered to the mothers, "Is all seriousness, the man we are going to see must be the station master." Mother had plenty of patience as well as a great sense of fun. She put her face closer to Toto-chan's and whispered, "Why?" Toto-chan whispered back, "You said he was the headmaster, but if he wants all these trains, he must be a headmaster." Mother had to admit it was unsole of the school unsole for a school to make use of old railroad cars, but there was no time to explain. She simply said, "Why did not you ask her yourself? And anyway, what about Daddy? plays the violin and owns several violins, but that does not make our homes a violin shop, does it? No, it does not. Toto Chance agreed, catching hold of mother's hand. The headmaster. When Mothers and Toto Chance went in, the man in the office got up for his chair. His hair was thin on top and he had a few teeth missing, but his face was healthy color. Although he was not very tall, he had solid shoulders and arms and was neatly dressed in a rather shabby black three-pieces suit with a hasty bow. Toto Chan asked his spiritedly, "What are you, a schoolmaster or a station master?" Mother was embarrassed. But before she had time to explain, he laughed and replied, "I am the headmaster of this school." Toto Chand was delighted. "Oh, I am so glad," she said, "because I want to ask you a favor. I did like to come to your school." The headmaster offered her a chair and turns to mother. "You may go home now. I want to talk to Toto Chan." Toto Chan had a moment's unnecessary, but somehow felt she would get along all right with this man. "Well, then I will live here with her." But somehow felt she would get along all right with the man. "Well, then I will leave her with you," mother said bravely and shut the door behind her as she went out. The headmaster drew over a chair and put it facing Toto-chan. And when they were both sitting down close together, he said, "Now then, tell me all about yourselves. Tell me anything at all you want to talk about." Anything I like." Toto-chan had expelled him to ask questions she would have to answer. When she said he could talk about anything she wanted, she was so happy and began straight away. It was all a bit highly put the talks for all she was worth. She told the headmaster how fast the train went that they had come on, how she had asked the ticket collectors but he would not let her keep the ticket, how pretty her classroom teacher was at the other school, about the souls next, about her brown dog Rocky, who could do all sorts of tickets, how she used to go snip with the scissors inside her mouth at And the teacher said she must not do that because the might cut her tongue off. But she did it away. How she always blew her nose because mother scolded her if it was runny. What a good swimmer Buddy was, and how he could dive as well. She went on and on. The headmaster would laugh, nod, and say, and then, and Toto Chance was so happy she kept right to talking. But finally, she ran out of thinkings to say. She sat with her mouth closed, trying hard to think of something. Have not have not you anything more you can tell me? Asked the headmaster. What a shame to stop now, Toto-chan thought. It was such a wonderful chance. Was not there anything else she could talk about? She wondered, racking her brains. brains. Then she had an idea. She could tell him about the dress and she was wearing that day. Mother made most of her dresses, but this one come from a shop. Her clothes were always torn when she comes home in the late afternoon. Some of the ribs were quite bad. Mothers never knew how they got that away. Even her white cotton panties were sometimes is threads. She explained to the headmaster that they got turns when she crossed their other people's gardens by crawling under their fences. And when she burrowed under the barbed wires around vacant lost. So this morning, she said, when she was getting dressed to come here, all the nice dresses mother said made were torn, so she had to one mother had bought. It had a small dark red and grey checks and was made of jersey, and it was not bad, but mother thought the red flowers embroidered on the collar were in the bad taste. Mother does not like the collar, said Toto-chan, holding it up from the headmaster to see. After that she could think of nothing. Choto bhaiya. Kunalaba. She could not think of nothing more to say. No matter how hard that tried, it made her rather sad. But just then the headmaster got up, placed his large warm hand on her head, and said, well, now you are a pupil of this school. Those were his very words. And at that moment, Toto-chan felt she had met someone she really liked for the very first time in her life. You see, up till then, on one hand, ever listens to her for so long, and all that time the headmaster had not Yvonne once all looked bored but seemed just as interested in what she had to say as she was. Toto Chan had not learned how to tell time yet, but it did not seem like a rather long time. If she had been able to, she would have been astonished and even more grateful on the headmaster. For you see, mother and Toto-chan arrived at the school at night, and when she had finished talking and the headmaster had told her she was a pupil of the school, he looked at his pocket watch and said, "Ah, it's time for lunch." So the headmaster must have listened to Toto-chan for 4 solid hours. Neither before nor since did any grown-up listen to Toto-chan for as long as that. Besides, it would have amazed mother and her homeroom teacher to think that the 7-year-old children could find enough to talk about 4 hours non-stop. Toto-chan had no idea then, of course, that she had been expelled from that people's world at their wits' end to know what to do. Having a naughtily sunny disposition and being a bit absent-minded gave her an air of innocent, but deep down she felt she was considered different from other children and slightly strange. The headmaster, however, made her life safe and warm and happy. She wanted to stay with him forever. That's how Toto-chan felt about headmaster. So Saku Kobayashi that first day, and luckily he heard the headmaster left the same about her. ठीक है, लगा ले मछली। हाँ।